The views and opinions expressed on this program is just that. Views and opinions. Don't take any of it serious. But I will warn you, viewer discretion is advised.
You met me as me. Yes. Bro, this hair looks delicious on you. Yes. It's 99J.
Right here.
Oh. Yes, Craig, come on, because you want to talk about this from the top of the show.
Yeah, so this was
another me too.
Yeah, this was another story that really, really saddened me. And
do we have we have it here?
Well,
you can play it, right? And put it on your mic so they can hear it. Leave the picture up. It plays.
Oh no, this ain't playing. Well, what happened is this young man's his name was Carlos Collins, and he was 25. This story happened down in Jackson, Mississippi, and his ex. Can you show that other picture?
Yep.
His ex.
One?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's his ex, and then that one.
This is another.
Yeah, this is when they apprehended him. His name is Marcus Johnson, and he was a former cop. Is what I saw, what I read.
Oh, really?
And the guy who was killed, the first guy that we showed, again, Carlos Collins, they were in a relationship and they had broken up. And this young man here had gone into the police department in Mississippi and told those people, I think my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend,
is going to kill me,
is stalking me, this, that, and the third. Well, they basically dropped the ball. Like I said, the ex-boyfriend is a former cop. And he basically killed that boy. He killed, I keep forgetting his name, Carlos. Carlos was killed. He shot him, and he chopped him up with an axe.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, when I heard that story, it was really, 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 really sad because you know, domestic violence is a real thing. And this is why I have said consistently, like, you really got to be careful with how you handle people with their emotions and this, that, and the third. And I don't know what happened in this situation. I don't know why they broke up. I don't know what happened. But the way that this young man killed him is unheard of.
That is...
Like,
no, that's
I like
death sentence. To be honest with you,
was he a cancer?
Oh, I don't know what his sign was.
I need to look up his name. Was he a cancer? Because that's cancer activity.
What was his name, Craig?
His name, the killer.
Yeah, the killer.
Marcus Johnson.
Well, that's such a great. It's
that's
five people out there right now named Mark.
Right.
That's a broad name.
It was inhumane. That's exactly the word to describe it. And, you know, so my heart goes out to his family and his friends. He seemed like he was doing all of the right things. I think he had gone to school, and I'm talking about the victim. He had gone to school, and his mom was just like devastated. His mom, in one of the stories I saw, she said, I wish it had just been me. And, you know, but the fact that he had, Carlos had reported this and they just dropped the ball. But see, that's when you can kind of get into conversations around, well, did they just downplay it because it was two guys, because it was a gay relationship and they really didn't take it seriously, or they just didn't give a fuck? You know, this is where sometimes homophobia can kind of creep in. But similar situation happened with this young lady.
Oh, yeah.
This was in, I think, Milwaukee. Let me look to make sure. But I think it was Milwaukee.
Well, she was so pretty.
She was 19. And this boy right here, they went on a date. They went on a first date.
Yeah, they weren't even dating. I mean, they weren't even in a relationship.
Yes, they went on a first date. And let me see. Yeah, it was in Milwaukee. They went on the first date. I believe it was to a seafood restaurant. And he dismembered her. There was a leg found one place, a foot found someplace else. Very Jeffrey Dahmer. He just didn't eat her body, but listen. Oh, and yes, thank you, Cali girl. They're saying that there were other missing black girls, and they're wondering if he was connected to some of those. So they're actually going to try to see if there's a connection to some of those stories. This is why it's important. Like when you are going on a date, whether it's a first time date or you're just getting to know somebody, listen, meet these motherfuckers out, right? And they did meet at a seafood restaurant. But my point in saying all of that is share your, if you got an iPhone, I don't know about how the Galaxy works, but you need to share your location with people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I have a friend who was just in Mexico this past weekend for his birthday. I said, yeah, you send me your location before you leave. And so, like, you just gotta be mindful of stuff like that.
And people really need to be mindful of these dating apps specifically.
Especially Jacked.
Yeah, listen, you can't tell the children nothing about Jacked and Grinder. You tell them that, they think you listen. Is that a nail?
Bitch. They showing me. I'm sorry, y'all. My car just is out getting serviced right now,
And,
they sending me the video from BMW, honey, telling me, bitch, all the shit that they got. Thank God that I have the warranty on this damn car.
And it's given very much like you got to be careful because there was a time that there was some guy going into Bulldogs,
Yes,
luring the kids out.
yes.
Y'all think y'all taking him home for a hookup, and he kills you.
And the white, remember the white senator, the white guy that was a part of the Congress was doing that to them black boys.
I don't remember his name.
But remember we talked about
We
that.
talked about that.
He was drugging all those black boys.
Oh, bitch, you talking about what's that white man's name out there in California? And he killed the black boy from Louisiana. His name
he was
the black
killing-
boy from Louisiana.
he was killing
Jermel.
Ed Buck.
Ed Buck. That's his name. The boy that he killed, his name was Jermel. I'll never forget that. Yes, Ed Buck. And he was a top Democratic contributor. Ed Buck was. White man, gay, West Hollywood. And a lot of the Democrats, who happened to be black, even though this man was white, overlooked it. There were so many things coming out about Ed Buck, you know, because he would lure these little black boys who had moved to California who were struggling. And this guy, Jermel, had moved there from Louisiana like shortly after Katrina. And that motherfucker was drugging them children. He was shooting them up with drugs and shit and fucking them up or whatever. Fetishizing them, using them for sex, and just basically keeping them drugged up so he could have his way. And this guy, Jermel, died, but then there was another guy who almost died, but he survived, and that's how it ended up coming out. But that Ed Buck wasn't even in jail for a long time.
No. It's like these people just be having these. I believe it's when it comes to stuff like that, these people have a fetish of murdering people and dismembering them and shit. Like,
Yeah, that's wild. Like, what actually possesses your mind to be like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever I want with them, and then after I'm done, I'm completely going to dispose of them. Like, you have to.
let's not looking at people as human.
Right.
That's
It's
true.
it's like dehumanizing people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I honestly think, to some of Craig's point, that a lot of white people have never really saw black people as human. Like, you know, they even back then we were accounted as a third of a
1/3
person.
human.
1/3 of a person for a vote. You know what I'm saying? So
But they're so Christian.
yes, and talking about how this country was built on such morals and standards. I don't want to hear none of that shit. And that's why I tell them when people be talking to me about how this one nation under God. Really? What God you talking about?
Right.
Which God?
They're saying Ed Buck finally received 30 years. Good. I mean, but there were so many incidents that led up to this. You know, he should have been in jail. Like, it should have never gotten to this other young boy, Jermel, that ended up dying.
Well, we need to do a commercial break for the show.
And they're saying also that the Galaxy can share their location.
Oh, they can?
But share your location, Galaxy people.
Hey y'all, this is T.S. Madison. We need you to come out and join us for some good old hot, nasty fun for the Maddie in the Morning Show live at the City Winery. And baby, listen, it is going to be lit. And oh honey, ain't no Maddie in the Morning Show live without some good old nasty fag talk. Ain't that right, Craig?
You better know it, bitch. Get over to fagtalk.com and get your tickets. You can get the tickets for the April 24th show, May 22nd, June 19th, July 5th, or August 14th. Or come to all of the motherfuckers.
That's what you gotta do, honey. Don't meet us there, bitch. Beat us there.
but that counts. Girl, what is this, plum burgundy or what?